You slept 8 hours, maybe even 9. Yet somehow by noon, you're already exhausted. So you reach for another coffee, another energy drink, another weekend to recover, and yet the fatigue keeps returning. But what if your exhaustion has nothing to do with sleep? What if the real reason you're tired has been hiding in plain sight all along? More than 5,000 years ago, an ancient medical system described a force called prana. Prana is often translated as life force, but it is much more than that. Prana is the energy that animates the body, the intelligence behind every breath, every thought, every heartbeat, every movement. So, when prana flows freely, we feel energized, clear-minded, focused, and alive. But when prana becomes depleted, scattered, or blocked, fatigue begins to appear. And here's the surprising part. Most people are not suffering from a lack of energy. They are suffering from a leak of energy. The first leak often happens before breakfast. Think about how most mornings begin. Before sunlight touches your eyes. Before a moment of silence. Before a conscious breath. You reach for your phone. Notifications. Messages. News. Social media. In a matter of seconds, your attention is pulled in a dozen different directions. This system teaches that the early morning hours contain a special quality of clarity and calm. Yet many people spend those precious moments feeding anxiety, comparison, and mental noise. The result is subtle. You may not notice it immediately, but by the time the day has begun, a portion of your energy has already been spent. Because attention and energy are deeply connected. Where attention goes, prana follows. And that leads us to the second energy leak. Constant stimulation. The modern world competes relentlessly for your attention. Notifications, advertisements, videos, emails, breaking news, endless scrolling. Your nervous system is exposed to more information in a single day than previous generations experienced in weeks. This ancient medical system recognized long ago that the mind requires periods of stillness. Without stillness, energy becomes fragmented, scattered, pulled in too many directions at once. You may be physically resting, yet mentally, your system never stops running. And eventually, that invisible strain begins to feel like exhaustion. The third leak is one that modern culture rarely talks about. Living out of rhythm with nature. Look around. The ocean follows rhythms. The moon follows rhythms. The seasons follow rhythms. Your body does too. And your health is not created through force. It is created through harmony. Yet many of us eat at irregular times, sleep at irregular times, work at irregular times, and expose ourselves to artificial light long after sunset. The body constantly tries to adapt, but adaptation requires energy. When natural rhythms are ignored for long enough, vitality begins to fade, not all at once, but slowly, quietly, until exhaustion starts to feel normal. And then there is the fourth leak, perhaps the most powerful of all, unprocessed emotions. Many people believe energy is lost only through physical effort. But after this video, I want you to see things differently. Holding on to worry consumes energy. Holding on to resentment consumes energy. Fear consumes energy. Stress consumes energy, even when the body appears completely still. Think about how much energy is required to carry an emotional burden every single day. To replay the same conversations, the same disappointments, the same fears about the future. Some people are not tired because they do too much. They are tired because they carry too much. And that realization changes everything. Because once you understand where energy is leaking, you stop searching for quick fixes. You stop believing another cup of coffee is the answer. You stop assuming more stimulation will solve the problem. This perspective is surprisingly simple. Fatigue is often not the absence of energy. It is the loss of energy. The solution is not always to add more. Sometimes the solution is to protect what is already there. More stillness, more awareness, more connection with natural rhythms, more intentional use of attention, more space to process emotions before they become burdens. In other words, fewer leaks. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a different question. Not, how can I get more energy? But, where am I losing it? That single question can transform the way you look at your life. Because vitality is not something you chase, it is something you protect. And when prana begins to flow freely again, something remarkable happens. The mind becomes clearer. The body feels lighter. The day feels easier. And life begins to regain a quality that many people have forgotten. A sense of aliveness. Most people don't have an energy problem. They have an energy leak. Find the leak, protect the prana, and watch how everything changes.